Yet another game ticked off for Liverpool. They've done it with yet another clean sheet, and it's 3 points and then back to the top of the Premier League. And look, you know what it feels like. You've been in exactly the position they're in now. Did that feel like the performance of champions where you just keep delivering?
I just can't see a chink in their armour. I think that the beauty of it if you're a Liverpool fan is that he's resting players week in, week out. The team never stays the same, but it's the same result and the same performances, and they just look comfortable at the moment.
Well, let's get some reaction then, because Andy Robertson and James Milner are joining Des right now. Des.
Got Andy and James here. Andy, what a result, a gritty win. A little bit nervy because there's only one goal in here, but he worked hard for that, didn't you?
Yeah, worked really hard. Newcastle in a fantastic shape. They're in the top 10 now, so we knew it was going to be difficult. They've made their home form count. And we had to, luckily we got the goal, and then, I don't think they had too many chances, to be fair. We had a couple to try and kill the game off, but all games are a wee bit nervy at this time of the season, and we're just delighted with the 3 points.
James, back on one of your old stomping grounds. Man of the match performance, according to our commentators. So you had opportunities to finish the game, didn't you? But you had a grip on possession throughout the game, didn't you?
Yeah, I think we controlled it well in spells. Other spells we could have controlled a bit better, but you're not going to be able to do that all the game. They've been on fire. It's a great atmosphere, as we know. They're a good team and playing well at the moment, full of confidence. So it was never going to be easy. Quick turnaround, obviously, from midweek, and games coming thick and fast. So I thought it was a good performance and stood up to a good test from them.
Andy, they came at you quickly at the start, possibly because of the 5 changes. They might take advantage of that, but you soaked it up quite quickly.
Yeah, look, they've obviously had the full week to prepare. Joe Linton was causing us a couple of problems early on with the long balls, and he was managed to win most headers. I thought second half the lads were excellent against him. Started winning the headers, and it made a big difference to us. So they started better than us, and then we got a foothold in the game. First goal was always crucial, managed to get it, and then I think we controlled it a bit better after that.
Yeah, Naby Keita's, once that goal went in, you're in charge, really.
Yeah, it was a good finish, and it's obviously nicer to be in the lead, but one goal's never enough in this league. We know that, and thankfully it was today. But it's never enough to relax, and anything can happen at any time. So I thought we defended well. They caused us a few problems, and like I say, a few situations we could have done better. But this time of the season, it's all about getting that win and moving on.
Is it more satisfying than the fact that you're making these rotations and you're not dropping a point, not missing a step?
I think it helps, and obviously the position we're in, challenging on all fronts. I think it proves you need the whole squad, and we're blessed to have a great squad of players, a good mix of the younger guys coming in and pushing everybody, and obviously everybody's needed, and it's proved with every game that's coming. So we just keep that mindset the same. Next game, every 3 days, recover, go again.
Andy, 1-0's enough when you've got 35 clean sheets behind you. I mean, the defence is locked in.
Yeah, today I thought we were solid. Like I said, they didn't have many chances from what I remember. Obviously had the ball in the back of the net from an offside, but I thought the two centre back, I thought Joe Gomez was different class at right back as well. And like Melly said, we need everyone in the squad. We're blessed we've got everyone fit just now, maybe apart from Bobby, but a lot of us are fit and healthy and fighting for places in the starting 11. And like I said, we made 5 changes today, but everyone, man of the match, Joe Gomez, different class, Naby Keita. So it just shows that the lads are coming in and putting in big performances, and we'll need that from now to the end of the season.
And you're top, and the pressure switches elsewhere now.
Let's see how long it lasts, but we just have to win our games.
Gentlemen, well played, thank you.
Top man, thank you.
James Milner, captain Jurgen Klopp's first game in charge. Talk about evergreen. And actually, when you make those changes, it wasn't just about Liverpool hanging on, having made a bunch of changes. It was about the players that come in and being among the best on the park.
Yeah, if you're gonna fight on all fronts, like going for the quadruples we keep talking about, then you're gonna need your squad. And Milner came in today, was man of the match. Let's bear in mind, I think he made his debut 20 years ago. He's still affecting games at this level. Is a credit to his profession, I think. And Gomez as well coming in didn't miss Trent. I mean, he must be disappointed because Matip, Konate have come in at centre half, and he was instrumental at centre half. He's been pushed out of the team, and sometimes as a deputy right back, but every time he comes in he gives top performances, and that's what you need at this stage of the season is a squad and people fighting competition for places, and that's what they've got.
And the goal tells that story of the changes making the difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's a first emphatic goal. You can debate the if it's a foul or not. I don't think it's anywhere near a foul. It's a great tackle from Milner, but it epitomises what they're about. They lose the ball, retrieve straight away. The reaction, that's what you're there for. It's a great tackle. They get it out wide here, and I think if your target, you see him here as the left back.
and he hasn't got anyone else coming on the outside. The fullback isn't coming out when you'd see a Trent maybe, so he's got to worry about that. He always got to worry about is the man in front of him, and that's Naby Keita. But what he doesn't do, he doesn't follow him. The ball comes inside. And to be fair, it's a really good ball from Naby Keita. Plays it inside and then runs. But as a fullback, you've got to just follow your man there. As I said, there's no one else to like muddy the waters or create a grey area. Do I go with the runner or go with the man inside? You go with the man who's in front of you. He doesn't do that. As the ball's played, look, as soon as he doesn't do that, that space is on. He's the wrong side of him. And to be fair to Keita, from this point on, this is what you call cool as you like. Calm. Player coming in, hasn't played many games. To be this composed in this situation, Christ, you said he sent a few out of the stadium. Oh, see you later.
He sent 3 men there, the goalkeeper and the 2 men on the line. But I think that's confidence. He's took a little bit of stick since he's arrived, for a lot of money. And I think now he's really, really finding his feet in this team. And I think that showed it how confident he is at the moment.
Total domination, in truth, from Liverpool. They could have had far more than 1 goal today, couldn't they?
Yeah, I would say Dubravka's probably the Newcastle's best player today, the saves he made on the day. And that shows probably the performance wasn't up to the previous 6 performances here at home when they won the game. So, Eddie will look back over the next couple of days and think where they can improve. Could have made maybe more changes in the second half we spoke about off air, but a bit frustrating from a Newcastle point of view.
But it's how good Liverpool are. This is how good they are, Peter. They can dominate like this.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Newcastle, let's not forget how far they've come, I think. They were relegation for everyone thought they would go down. I think defensively, I know Liverpool had a lot of shots, they had chances, possibly could have scored more, but Newcastle were in the game at all times. Attacking-wise, they need to work on that, but defensively it has got better. But listen, Liverpool can cut anyone open, and they cut Newcastle open at times today and just couldn't finish it off the game. So
the thing about these chances, Jake, I felt that maybe Newcastle might sneak a chance at the other side, a set play, a mistake or something, but Liverpool were in cruise control today, and I think you can see Jurgen's face there. He was frustrated because he felt 1-0, we all know 1-0's a dodgy scoreline, anything can happen at the other end, but they just were very professional today and seen the job out.
That would have been a nerve-wracking watch, actually, for the Liverpool fans at home, wouldn't it? Wondering, like, one breakaway, one moment, and suddenly it all changes.
It's a nervy part of the season, isn't it? Let's be honest. But they do usually calm you down with their performances, and they have done of late. But that one today was, as I said, a potential banana skin that they've overcome again.
Let's hear from Jurgen Klopp. He's with Des.
Jurgen, the huge games keep coming and coming. I mean, we all know about the quick turnaround for this one. Does that make that result and that win more satisfying?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the most difficult circumstances coming here. You can have a team in form, obviously, a crowd who was waiting for ages for proper success. Now they have it, 6 home games on the bounce, home wins on the bounce. So coming here with 5 changes and building pretty much a new setup is really difficult, and so the performance was absolutely outstanding. I have to say, I loved it. We controlled the game in so many ways. It's difficult. The only plan they had obviously was a long ball to our right side. From there they wanted to play on, but we had just some moments where it struggled because it's just difficult, but the rest we really controlled.
Yeah, you mentioned about keeping the rhythm despite the changes. You certainly did that. We could see it.
Yeah, absolutely. But look, it's the impact we have from the bench in games is outstanding. But now it's really coming from the bench before a game, pretty much, and we expect a lot. But the boys have to deliver, and it's outstanding. Joe Gomez, what a game! Naby Keita, what a game! James Milner, what a game! So I was mentioning 3. Who didn't start up front? Diogo Jota, oh my God, what a game. And then Joel Matip, of course, as well. The other 5, 6 had to go through again. And then you see Andy Robertson, and minute 93, with a 150 miles per hour sprint going down. That's absolutely exceptional. And yeah, good.
And it's built on a defence that is just lock solid today.
Yeah, it's obviously difficult. Look, because you cannot really defend them properly, because it's just obviously it's long balls. It's like you go there, you have to fight for the ball, foul, no foul, ball drops down, they kick the ball in behind, these kind of things. It's really difficult to get a feeling for the game. So, but that's obviously not the first time that things like this happen. So I really thought we deal with it exceptionally well. We had to adapt a little bit in moments, putting Joel maybe a bit wider and Joe in the side, but the most important thing was putting Naby in front of the challenges that he really can pick up there and all these kind of things. So It was good. It was a great atmosphere, obviously, in the stadium. Our people were outstanding. Newcastle was a pretty passionate crowd, and winning here is special.
And the spotlight now turns to Manchester City.
No. Oh God!
You're right.
No, to
You're right.
Villarreal. They are
okay.
2-1 down in the moment. They're playing as well at 1 o'clock. They have a BT as well, obviously there, that's what I'm interested in. Didn't think a second until now about Man City, but immediately about Villarreal.
I'm looking forward to seeing you out there.
Yeah, good. Okay, good.
Come on, Rio, he'll be watching the game, won't he?
Trust me, all eyes will be on that TV screen when they're playing. 100%. You can't help it. Or you're definitely listening, or you're in a WhatsApp group where you're just telling people to tell you what's happening. I couldn't actually watch the games against opponents, but everyone's different.
Look, we've got a big game next Saturday. Tottenham up against Liverpool. Take us into what this feels like, because from the outside it feels like a kind of sudden death penalty shootout. One mistake and it's over. What's it like when you're in the middle of it?
It's who finishes first. I think it's difficult. I think we had it when Man City, they caught us and they ended up winning the league. But you play, and every game is pressure, and it can be nervy, and all you're hoping for is to get an early goal. And Liverpool got that today, and then it was cruise control, and they just managed the game, which is the way you want to do it. And like I said before, not exerting too much energy is key as well. But now City, it's their turn, and I think City players would have been watching this game at the beginning, and a lot of them, the goal goes in, you go, right, that's it, because they know this team ain't going to flinch.
And as an opposition player, did you ever talk about it if a team were in the title race? You say, come on, look, let's exploit this. Let's really put the pressure on them. Let's worry them.
Yeah, it's a chance to make an impact on a Premier League season. You know, sometimes even these Newcastle players today, like, they're safe. They're middle of the table. You know, they've got nothing really left to play for, but they can have an impact on a title race. I mean, what more do you want? I mean, it's a chance for them to put themselves on the map, and I think there'll be more teams thinking that way towards the end of the season.
Yeah, frustrating Newcastle. We said before the game that was just a free hit for Newcastle today. Eddie Howe's done a brilliant job with staff, 43 points, they're cruising really, and it didn't feel that way. It felt like they wanted to be quite defensive today, and just felt, second half especially, I thought maybe they could open up a wee bit more, and if they lose 2-0, no one's going to say here, Liverpool beat you 2-0, but they just might have a bit more of an offensive battle today. They might have sneaked something, perhaps.
I think if you're Chris Wood, you come on the pitch and you expect the ball to be wrapped into you, get the ball in and round, let me make it to work a little bit. But that would have been one of the disappointing things for me. But there's so many positives to take from Newcastle at this stage of the season from where they were when Eddie Howe came in.
Well, let's hear from him. Eddie is with Des.